Let's see how we can share our photos in a very entertaining way, meaning a slideshow. Some people are calling them movies, calling them videos. Yeah, we can make movies and videos, but the simplest thing you can do while you're in photos is make a slideshow. So here we have an album I created earlier from my pictures in Amsterdam in 2023, and I want to make them a project. We make a slideshow via a project. Because if we just go across the top, sorry about that, play a slideshow, but we want to create it. So how do we do that? Well, we have to create, and across the side here, we have slideshow. And we're going to use it with our photos. Okay. So what does that do? Well, we're going to give it a name. And I happen to be in the album, so that's why it worked out that way. And we'll call it Slideshow for the Workshop. There we are. It's a new slideshow, and I'll click OK. We're almost done, believe it or not. You're done. But I only have one photo. I didn't select all the photos I needed. So what did it do? It made right here a project. That's what it becomes. It becomes a project after you make it, called whatever you called it. But in this example, done not intentionally, but it worked out really well, you have to select all the photos you want for the slideshow. So what am I going to do? Can I do a right click? Yeah, I can delete the slideshow. We'll do it again. No harm, no foul. So let's go up to the album in question. And if you scroll up to the top, I have it at the top here. I'll now select the first one. And if you remember in our keyboard shortcut, it's an Italian command. Command A. See, Command A. So all the pictures are taken at one time. 27 pictures selected. I now want to make that slideshow again with all the photos. So I go to File, Create, carefully move over with your mouse, Create Slideshow, and using the photos we have selected. And we'll just do it again. We'll call it For the Workshop. Here we are, and we'll click OK. And it's done. That's it. But how do people see it? Well, unless they come in and look at your computer, which you could do. Remember, we can share everything on our machine with our control panel. Remember we saw this earlier? I do it all the time on our workshop, screen mirroring. Not going to do it now, but that's what you can do if you have a pretty current TV. So that's the easiest way to do it. And what you can do is you can move these around. So let's say I wanted to have this the first slide. I would just move it over and bump the lady who's pouring milk, one of the famous, Rembrandt. Great presentation. We were there that week when they were doing this. So maybe you want to tell a story by having the pictures just showing the outside of the building first, and maybe this beautiful library that was there on one of the floors. If you do go to Amsterdam, and I strongly recommend it, you spend a whole day there. There's so much to see. So let's take a quick look. And over here, by the way, you can pick how you want the data to look as it goes through. And I made samples of these, all of them. I made, 7 or 8 different views of this slideshow, but I'm showing you now how to create it. You can pick your music, and you can time it in such a manner where you can have it go faster or slower. So I'm not going to go through that right now. But what I will do is come back over here and play this slideshow. There you go. And if you don't like the way this looks, I'm pressing the escape key. If you don't like the way that looks, you go back up here to the type. Maybe you want to do the Ken Burns. And it also changes the music. Let's listen and watch this one. Beautiful. Done. Ken Burns is a director of documentaries, and he's done many of them. The wars, the Civil War, Vietnam War, many, not just wars. So I encourage you to go in there and play around with slideshows. Again, and where did we do it? Well, again, just to refresh your memory, we went and found an album. We selected all the pictures we want. We went to File. We went to Create. We went to Create Slideshow out of the photos. I'm not going to do it again. You got the idea. That's what we did. Good luck. See you in class.